need it, but I don't know, I just don't feel like watching tonight. Ooh, shoot. Mm. That's unresable. What, I didn't get him? We pulled so far already? What the hell? That's interesting. But I can't join that right now. I can't do DSL like that. Uh-uh. What, already? Yesterday? Wow. Fair one's that out. I mean, did you die? Cause if you didn't die, that means you're ready for BJCC. Everybody else needs to clean up limit cut. You got clear before Don Trail. Ooh, wait till Don Trail, you could be like, ooh, shit. People cannot do mechanics. And I know you died because everybody like, wait, everybody's dead. Then that means other people need to clean up limit cut then. I mean, you big ready for that. Ooh, I need to turn on this music. I want to be like an ASMR button pressing tonight. Not really like ASMR. I forgot how to sound. Oh my god, I'm a bad healer. But nah, I'm about to turn this music band down. As long as you're having fun, see, man, this fight is not PF friendly. Yeah, I thought about right. Living liquid. Yeah, because he's kind of thick. No, I call him living thick. Living thick with. So he mad thick. Let me tell you, every time he moves, he jiggles, man. 10 out of 10. What the? Oh, how you not get hit? Oh well. That was me, I would have been dead. Alright, let me see. Oh, I can't do that while I'm healing. I've been always been shaking. Yeah, my asylum is deadly. Oh lord, what did I do? There we go. But I'm gonna cut this music so I can tell you what happened earlier. Ooh, shoot. Oh god. Oh shoot. I'm spamming in chat. I just double healed by accident. Oh, that's not good. I mean, we're not playing anyway. Somebody in here is from static. Alright, let me turn on the music. Let me tell you what happened earlier. I want to make it a little story. Okay, mute the BGM. First of all. Alright. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like, mute the music? Well, I'm gonna hear. Okay, alright, I just hear a little thingy. Alright, so let me tell you what happened. So the reason why I did a little freaking 29-minute video, quote unquote video, it's a live stream, right? Is because you would not believe who the fuck joined the party. Damn, my mouth. I'll try to be clean today or clean tonight, but it looks like I'm not gonna be clean tonight, so I may as well fucking cuss anyway. So I was basically my own damn business. I joined a totem party, and you know, I joined as a healer. Did I join as a healer? No, I joined as a red mage. So what happened was, me as a person, I'm out of my business, and so far, right? So far, everything was going swell. Nothing bad happened until somebody from my blacklist joins the party. Now, wherever that happens, right? They're normally from my video. I do not want these to see me like wiping the party or nothing like that. T's going good. I was gonna do DSR, but it was a Merc party. I'm like, I'm done with Merc parties. I can't be taking money like that. Including when people gonna need that for Dawn Trail. But anyway, let me continue what I'm doing. We're gonna die. So what happened was, so as I was minding my business, right? The person from Blacklist joined the party. Knowing me, I would not want to see myself wiping in front of them, or me wiping the party in front of them, right? I don't want to do nothing like that because I'm basically the type of person that be like, I'm always better than ever, no matter what it is, right? So I wasn't talking. I was basically silent. I was basically just being one of those mimics that would basically do a freaking act show and not talk at all, right? And I was sitting on top of the visible box. That's me just basically acting without fucking up, right? So what happened was, don't worry, you get to P7. Once you get at the logs, go ahead and go to Sauce or somebody who's gonna help you clear. Either that or do a Merc party, but you need Gil though, a ton of Gil. But anyway, but I was not gonna let this person see me fuck up. Oh hell no, he's from my. There's a reason why there's some people from my blacklist, right? So he's not gonna see me mess up in this party. So I was basically just trying my absolute hardest not to mess up. And child, the tanks were messing up very hard. I'm talking about like on living liquid every single time, and I'm like, not these guys mess up on living liquid. Like the first phase of the fight, right? I would expect somebody, to know living liquid who have cleared the damn fight, and it seems that both tanks was trolling, apparently. So you already know the person from my blacklist I'm talking about. It's the person from my. Whoa, hold on 1 minute. That's not great. Nope, that is not right. Hold on. 1 sec. Where is it? Where's the shit? Cause there's a bug in my room. I'm trying to find it. I think it was on the ceiling. Now it's gone. Do I have a bug spray? I do have a bug spray. Everybody keep coming in my room to take the damn bug spray away from me. You know what? Let me go find the bug spray. I'll be right back. That thing could be anywhere in this room. Oh my god, where is that damn thing? That thing could be anywhere in this room. This is exactly why when I put bug spray in here, there's a reason why it's in my room. So I don't have bugs up in this damn room. Cause this is supposed to be the hottest room, but we ain't having no bugs up in here. I refuse. Where that thing at? It's gone. So I think about keeping the damn freaking light on because whenever I put bug spray up in here, somebody just comes in, take it, and think that I'm going to be killing people with this damn thing. Now, where's that remote for my LED lights? Cause I don't want nothing like that happening. Where's my LED lights? Where's my remote for my LED? Don't tell me no. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Okay, you bugging, cuz. Put. Nah, it's a bug in my room. I'm gonna have to sit out because like I'm gonna be. Not gonna sit here and find that shit. Nah, that bug is big as fuck. Nah, I ain't going nowhere over there. We're gonna sit our asses over here. We're gonna play a survivability game. It's called Don't Go by Your Screen until we find that damn bug. I gotta dip. Oh hell no. We gotta dip. Because I don't know where that bug is at and I'm not trying to die. And get a big fat bump on my damn face. Oh hell no, I refuse. Not even on my body, I don't want that. Cause listen, it's summertime and those things will I would not want to be poisoned. Anyway, so let's go ahead and keep going with the story. Sorry I cut it because like I tried to find a bug spray, there was none, and now we got a problem. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep going with this story. Where was I before those damn bugs decided to ruin my damn freaking modem? Oh yeah. Okay, let's have to keep going. So yeah, so the tanks was fucking up on T, and I'm sorry, I'm just looking around. The tank was fucking up on T. Both tanks, right? The hand was not pulled correctly, but living liquid also was not pulled correctly. So we end up wiping the hand of pain multiple damn times. And honestly, I was like, we are not clearing. And then that's where you know it's not going well. The party's not gonna go well, right? And then that's when when we got to BJCC, I think the wrong Nisi was passed or something. Oh yeah, the wrong Nisi was passed because the dancer decided to go all the way to the east wall and make us move. Made me and the healer move. So when the healer moved and the dancer moved back, they clipped the healer with the Nisi, and now I couldn't pass my Nisi to the healer because that's just a straight up wipe. It's just not gonna happen. So where's the fucking bug? So now when we went back, I don't know what the guy was saying, but all I know is that he was spouting something because I have him on blacklist. Because you see, I don't like it. That dude was straight up annoying for a reason, right? So that's what basically happened. So I have him on blacklist. I don't see his messages or anything like that at all, right? But we were not making it to Alexander Prime. We were not making it. We were not. Like we were actually getting our ass beat. And honestly, I was like, mm. We is not making the shit out of this damn party. We are done. We are DONE. Because you know why? Because the supports was trolling on limit cut, and then we end up dying on something. Where's the bug? But it is what it is. This is exactly why. This is exactly why I try my best not to make no mistakes in front of my enemies. But let me tell you something. Wherever that guy was saying, a lot of people keep saying it happens, it happens, it happens, it happens every single time. Like every time we wipe, they say it happens, it happens, it happens. I'm like, why are they saying that? Why are they saying that multiple times? Like, is this guy actually saying something that makes people say that like it happens like more than like twice? Because they was saying it constantly every time they whacked to something dumb, right? So I'm not sure what the guy was saying because again I have my blacklist, right? But I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, let me go ahead and jump, get up and leave, and be like the other people who just don't like somebody and despise them like that. No, I basically sit in that party, play consistent like how I'm supposed to be playing, right? And do what I need to do so I could get up in there, get my totem, and get the fuck out. But we didn't get a totem, so we ain't getting out. Not while like losing some pots and food, and most likely waste them. So it's like, yeah, we end up not getting a totem, and that's fine because to be honest, ain't nobody want to be in the same party fight with the enemies that they don't like, because there's a reason why for it, right? But man, after some people clear though, like you see them change real fast. Like I never seen somebody fuck up that badly. It was straight up just dog funny. I was like, not them fucking up on a mechanic. Like I don't even know what the hell to think right now. But there's a reason why I made that mini live stream though, right? Even though you're gonna see all the effects, I'm basically looking at it right now. They were wiping the shit out of us, right? Like their hand wasn't provoked, so whoever was maintained, that was their fault, right? So Dark Knight wiped us multiple times so far. This hand wasn't provoked, and then the next pull, the main tank didn't. Wait, what DC? Wait, somebody DC? Limit Cup prog? I don't think I'm good on progs. Yeah, we haven't instance yet, and tank already DC. Damn, that ain't happening. But no, I'm not doing no prog. It has to be like at least PA. I don't mind doing exception or wormhole, but like you know, I'm not going to be yelling at people or say some priority system. But now I'm looking at this, and let me tell ya, we were wiping like badly. Like the main tank didn't bait the water, and we ended up dying from hand to pain because I died from damage. Not damage. I got doubled on Protean because the tank didn't take it with a double tank buster. So yeah, so I ended up dying from being wet, and then that's when oh yeah, that's when the Reaper killed his doll. And then the next pull, what happened on the next pull? The next pull after, it seems like we died to Hand of Pain again because there was not enough DPS on hand, right? Even though as a person who cleaves, Red Mage cleaves, right? Dancer cleaves. Like I think most mages cleaves, except most by most I mean like Summoner and Red Mage cleaves. But Black Mage, they don't cleave. They don't cleave at all. The only thing they have is like Thunder 3 taking on both targets, but you know, sometimes melees don't pay attention. It's okay. Including when they get a cleaving melee, it's kind of awkward. But now the dance selectors on dolls as well. But after that though, the Dark Knight was not paying attention. The boss was literally right next to the Living Liquid was right next to the P range tornado. And not like at the South tornado. So like they were basically at the East tornado. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell was that? Like they were like it was like fucked up. But now we did not see AP once. Which sucks badly because like, that's our party right there. Mm-mm. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened here. Oh right. So the final pull was that Melee 2 then went to bait. Yeah, all this happened today. I did a little like, you know, uh, I did a little stream. It's not really much, but I did a little stream, right? And then I was like, let me go ahead and start recording just in case they say something about me, knowing damn well they could be like, oh, I play with him again. He was actually trappy. Nope, I don't want to hear that because there's a lot of people out there who is your enemy that loves to like put some stuff on your name that they shouldn't have to really put that stuff on your name. So basically, I just started like, proof streaming because that's what I'm gonna call it nowadays. I'm gonna call it proof streaming, where I stream and then wherever they do or wherever I do, it's just in recording and they can't say nothing about me, right? If it happens, but if it did, then the stream has to catch everything. So everything was caught. Yeah, proof streaming. If you know what proof streaming is, basically you're streaming for proof. In my terminology, you streaming for proof. So like they can't say nothing about you because it's actually weirdos out there who actually be like, oh, they wiped us to BJCC because it doesn't know how to do a lineup versus them who yeah, it's like a receipt versus them who wiped us to like dolls 5 times in a row as a physical range and then wiped us to freaking wormhole right after. And we haven't made it a PA because of them. Like, bruh. Some people just some people like exist like that, bro. They do. They exist like that. And that's funny too because it's like I wasn't really hiding, but they just want to like, they just want to talk shit. But you know what? We got them on a receipt. That's what happens when you don't put somebody on receipt. They just basically have like freely talk shit about you. So yeah, put people on receipt if you don't want them to like give you give you a sale. Not even a sale. You don't want them to rob you. Cause let me tell you, there's people out there who actually like just get up and leave the moment they see you. Like the moment you join the party, they be like, oh hell no, they just get up and leave. Cause there is people like that, and I'll tell you right now, I run into many people like that, and it's like, if you hate somebody that badly, why still come into Ultimate, where they basically gonna be at? Don't know. That's their problem. Let's see what else I could talk about. Oh yeah, there's a reason why I'm streaming tonight. I think I need a manual. I think Party Finder needs a manual. I was thinking about making a manual video, but I'm not sure that was gonna go out well because let me tell you something. This game does not come with a manual, nor healing, nor tanking. Actually, no, tanking don't need no damn fucking manual. It's more like party finder and healers need manuals. Because when it comes down to dumb players or players who think that, hold on, I heard that. What was that? I'm sorry, I heard something, and me don't like that sound. Your passing needs to like how you trying to pass a baton, not that fight. That fight, you make a tree, and you're not making no damn tree. You're just making colors. You're making a color swatch. But the thing is, you don't mix them. That's the difference. But I heard something, and let me tell you guys something. I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to sanctify the hell out of this room for the summer. There's gonna be a ton of bugs around this area. Anyway, but nah, there is there should be I should make a manual for healers and a manual for party finder because let me tell y'all something. When I don't make a manual or something like that, and y'all don't know how to defend yourselves or how to guts to apologize when you make a mistake or understand what the hell just happened, uh, a lot of players are gonna act just like what how people act nowadays. Just straight up, just trappy, no sense of responsibility and nothing like that. Nothing that sort of subject. So now I want to start making this manual because when I don't make the manual, y'all gonna be like, I'm super lost in Party Finder. Like, what I'm gonna do? I'm super scared to go with Party Finder. I don't know what to do, where to start, how to start. Right. I'm just telling you guys right now. I know how to make you start. I know how you're gonna start, how you're gonna finish. Obviously, you're gonna finish with like you getting the clear from the ultimate, and then you're gonna try a different one, right? Versus, other players are probably just gonna sit there and just be an obstacle in your way. So, I want to make that manual. I really do. I really want to spend all this time just make the damn manual. Because the moment I don't, like I said, everybody gonna be hella lost on Dawn Trail, and it's gonna be great because you know why? Because because these echo boosts, right? All these the savages now have echo boost all for these fights. Echo, right? Which, by the way, casual players are in there. So let's go ahead and let's make this a well-known thing, right? That is an actual party finder manual. It might be ass because let me tell you something. It's not gonna work for some people. It's gonna work for based on the people who could really understand it versus other people who can't really like look at a manual and be like, okay, I know what to do. But some people just want to follow the handbook, right? But I don't want people to fully follow the handbook. I want people to actually know their own experience, right? No, this game does not teach you anything at all. This game does not teach you at all. They don't teach you anything about what healer does and how you heal, right? They don't even teach you how to play. They just expect you to come in this game, know how to play, how to press buttons, as soon as you get into the game, right? Including when I came in this game playing on a controller, not knowing that these triggers is how I do my abilities, which is why I'm already used to playing like this. It's not no go ahead, go in your settings and change into like a double tap into ability. No, I'm not doing that. You think I'm gonna be doing that? No, because first of all, I'm already used to playing like this. It doesn't make no sense. You're gonna make me worse, right? Cause I'm already used to doing this, but I'm not gonna spend another like month practicing how to double tap. I'm not doing that. Well, I could just like pop it, press it, call it a motherfucking day, and then switch right back to glare. Like I'm not doing that. Some people actually want me to switch my freaking play style. I'm not switching my play style and then make myself worse while I'm already okay with what my playstyle is. Everybody got a different playstyle. Like literally, it's just like there's a lot of players who play with colorblind, and they over here mess up on PAS. Like don't even talk about them, but talk about my playstyle though, where people have colorblind mode on. By the way, looks pretty, but I think you might want to take that off just in case you get a fight like PAS Part Two again. Yeah, they want to see if you really got colorblind mode on. Because bitch, if you say green and the seven other players says red, bitch, you better take that shit off. Because you're gonna definitely be kicked out the party thinking that they actually think that you're actually colorblind. But hey, this game will attack you for anything. You cheated, they will basically put a freaking mechanic that has your cheats on it, aka UAV cheat. From top is in PAS, not even PAS, P12S Part 2. Yep, biggest UAV ever. Yep, you get to see the whole galaxy and everything. What else? Hmm. You guys like to play colorblind mode on, all right? You guys like different colors. You guys like colors so much. Like, you don't like these basic blue text, right? You want to see some green text? Okay, go right ahead. PS is right there, right around the corner. You see green? I mean, you see blue? You might see green, and then you'll be like, "What is green?" No, it's blue. What? Because let me tell you something. That people back in the days in PAS, they have colorblind mode on, and that's the only little thingy. I am not gonna get that. I need to start farming for that. I do need to start farming for that. But probably find it already like pissing me off for me to be like going in there and just be like, let me go ahead and just yeet the damn thing out. But at the same time, it's like I gotta level up. I gotta level up the class. The class is gonna start at level 80. So to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna be slapping that shit on at all for a while. If anything, um, I'm gonna be using my gear, my black mage gear on that class. I mean, it won't be this because I know Pentamancer is not a spell speed class. Yeah, Pentamancer is not a spell speed class. I don't think it'll be a spell speed class. The way how they showcase is not a spell speed class. Like farming the fight is not bad, but doing the fight is bad enough. A black mage rod from Peaceful Vest. I think I have it. I don't have it. No, I don't have it. Wait, I do have it. Wait, search for item. Oh, I do have it. I just that I think I have a yeah I have a better I think I have a good looking one like for Tomberry. If you're a big fan of Tomberry, you might want this weapon as a black mage. So this. I know this is not it, but if you're a big fan of Tomberry, you want this. But here's the actual black mage stuff though. It's not the same thing. Don't worry, it's glamour over. Cause yeah, I'm a big fan. Because during that time when Tomberry suit came out, this was the hype. This weapon was the hype right here. Yep. And you put that with a Tomberry. Hey, look, you almost look like a damn Tomberry. All you gotta do is just like cast some spells, you be good. But nah, my next video idea is going to definitely be the manual. We do need a knife, but maybe no, Peta Masters don't have it. Okay, so maybe damn, you can't even carry a knife on you. Well, shit. Well, you can't really carry a knife unless you probably have a MOD. So yeah, we're not gonna have that. Yeah, MOD. Yeah, but I need a manual. I'm gonna make a manual. Hopefully, people actually knows what they're doing. Oh, don't worry. Yoshi P already know I'm legal. Otherwise, I would have been banned for having sex with too many people already. So let's not have that. Yep, I have way too many digital sex. There's a lot of people who are just praising me for being an ERP person. But anyways, um, so in this manual that I'm not gonna type out and put on Google Docs. Yes, we have sex in public. Yep, I did it behind me, over there, right by the aetherite. Everybody was staring at us, and they looked creeped out. But let me tell you, they in the ERP section of the game, or like the area, so they will be fine. This P to clear prey. Which one? Wormholes are clear, no traps. Oh God, what the hell? Vets welcome. Good luck. And let's see. Subarashi Rai. There's so many new players coming into T. I ain't gonna lie. T might be the next one that's gonna get screwed over. A million to clear. PA prots. Yeah, that's not happening. That is not happening. No, 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 no. They paying for Prog. Is a primal player. Oh, well, only 1 mil though. You know how people can't get to Fate B? There's a ton of people who can't get to Fate B. That's gonna be a while. And PA Prog to clear, did it complete? I mean, like those people get in there getting their free 1 mil, but I don't want a damn 1 mil. And plus, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little something. Let me tell you a little something. Where you see parties like this that says PA Prog to clear, there's gonna be a bunch of alt jobbers. Oh, go right ahead. Let me hear what you have to say. Hold on a minute. The magnifying glass on the top right. The magnifying glass. Where that at? Private tab? Oh. L. Yeah, high end duty. Yeah, they filter everything. Yeah, that's true. They filter everything. So I can only see like certain parties. True. But then I could just like scroll down and see because I remember I do all the damn. I did all the ultimates, so I'm just scrolling down to see what type of ultimates is there at the same time because we gonna be sitting here and ooh, quick prog clear. Oh no prog clear, no prog clear, not today, not today with a prog clear. Okay, so let me go ahead and start making that manual. When Aether was when people started data center traveling to Aether, everybody was straight up like making parties left and right. Like this used to be like there used to be like 150 party finders. I mean that's gonna be for a while. I'm gonna wait till Dungeon Gear comes out for that thing. I'm gonna be focusing on my life because let me tell you something. I can't keep playing Final Fantasy with with certain new players that come in this game and act way too comfortable in their own freaking toxic skin. Cause let me tell you, there's always a problem. There's always a drama that breaks out during each expansion, and it's always something new that always happens. And let me tell you, the game would literally just start. Will be just like it's just gonna start, and then it's gonna be a problem. You gonna gather them? I mean, I'm trying to get rid of some people from Dawn Trail. I already know who I'm not playing during Dawn Trail, and this is the people in my blacklist. The people in my blacklist I'm not gonna be playing with me on Dawn Trail. That's it. Until further notice, because I'm making sure that I get the bad people. I get not even the bad people, but I get the rude, not even clingy, but like rude, unnecessary, trappy people out of my way. That's right. That's why I'm trying to like get rid of some people because like when you start Dawn Trail, the first thing that's gonna be available to you is the two extremes, right? And that's about it. The game gonna go right back to boring mode for like another 2 months until the raid tier comes out. I'm not gonna be doing the ultimate on the first day. But the thing is, I'm just making sure that my blacklist is a okay for Dawn Trail. I gotta get ready for that too, anyway, because there's gonna be a ton of new players who want to try out the extreme right on the first day. There's gonna be a lot of people. They're gonna be nice. I know a lot of people are gonna be on top of that, but the weapons are gonna definitely be nice. But I'm gonna be watching the people racing that thing, and then that's where I'm gonna probably try it out. Like at least try like part 1 and 2, right? At least. But hopefully they're not gonna make like a badly designed fight like top because let me tell you, AM is forever gonna be a thing. But let's see what else. Where's the bug? I'm sitting here and I forgot the fact that there's a bug somewhere in this bitch. And I want that thing dead before I decide to put the covers over my face tonight. And plus I want to eat, so I don't want to like starve. unless I'm gonna have freaking starve for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not starve. I'm gonna have sleep. I'm gonna have sleep for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't want that. Top is not a bad fight. It's just that the people inside of it is bad. Which is why I want to make a manual for. It's for the people who going into ultimates, right? And I want casual players to not think that, you know, it's super hard to start a ultimate because you need good players, you need or players who is willing to learn. I wish you luck. Meanwhile, I'm gonna make my manual real fast. So yeah, and then that's when I want to like tell other players, it's a okay to be stuck at certain parts of the fight. Like I really want to you know, tell my story how it is. Like how I started from the first ultimate to my second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, like not even fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. But let me go ahead and get started on that. Of course, I'm gonna make a separate one and make a video about it as well. Um, for the people who missed it. But this man was good. Is good for people though. So this is for PF raiders, right? Um, the thing is, starting ultimate is very difficult. Including when gathering the courage, the confidence, and the urge of even thinking about going into ultimates. I first started looking into ultimates the moment I think that, you know, the Savage Raid tier is not gonna hold me, right? Including when you know, you can't farm for a year on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh week. You gotta wait until, you know, the fight is fully unlocked. You can farm it and stuff like that. You don't want to sit there and be bored, right? So when looking into ultimates, the first thing you want to do is obviously look it up first. You want to look up guides on search engines so you can actually know what you're doing, right? You ask questions later, most likely during the fight, or if there's any veterans in that fight that could teach you how to do it, right? There's also a lot of resources that will help you as a player to get into Ultimate so you don't have to sit there and be like, oh, it's super hard to get into because, I'm not sure how my experience will go with Party Finder based on what I've been seeing, right, on YouTube, which is scary stuff about Party Finder, right? But the thing is, though, nothing is super scary about Party Finder. It's just that it's just certain people have that type of attitude that you have to, be wary of, right? Because there's a little small percentage of people who is willing to stop your experience of going into Party Finder, which is why most of the people who don't want to deal with Party Finder stuff, attitude, and or different type of strat that they want to pull out each time you do this certain fight, which is why I like to go to static. But the thing is though, static is gonna prevent you from having the ability to learn, including when they're gonna constantly make call outs, which is nice to know, but everybody got their own stuff of responsibility, and when you want to do the fight outside of static, it's not gonna help the fact that you got all the weapons, yes, but what if you want to keep going and help other people, but you're so used to your static stuff? It's not gonna help you, include when you're the one that's gonna be the one holding the people back in Party Finder. You don't want nothing like that to happen at all. So that's why going into Party Finder is most likely what you want to really do. As long as you understand what people are saying and you have your eyes and ears open, right? You should be most likely fine as long as you understand your class, you know what you're doing, and you find space and the time to study a mechanic and get right back into the fight based on what you have learned, right? You gotta learn nothing, it's okay. Everybody gets that type of days where you wipe the party multiple damn times to a certain mechanic and people think that you didn't. really study at all, or or right, you haven't been up to that prop point yet. But the thing is, you yourself know that, but it's just that other people don't know. But it's important for you as a player to actually understand how to like at least take a sense of accountability towards yourself, including when you have to make sure that you as your own person know how um, know how you as a player could take harsh criticism and accountability, right? So when progging from one point to the next, you want to make sure that you are ready for the next step where it comes down to like being certain fights, like for well, certain parts of the fight. For example, I could say Garuda, right? So once you have beat Garuda, of course you gotta go into Ifrit, right? Each ultimate, each time you kill a boss, right? The next part starts until the game decides to end, right? So you as a player want to make sure that you are ready whenever that time comes. Where you go on and on and on to the next part after each time you kill the boss, right? Including when you wipe, you just want to make sure that you're. Why are that girls doing that? You want to make sure that you, as its own person, is ready for it. So now the next part I want to talk about is the type of responsibility of you as a player that has um you as a player is gonna go through where you do party finder, right? So most likely DPS and tanks don't have that much of a problem when it comes down to like taking like party responsibility of mitigation and heals. When it comes to the mitigation and heals, this is where I most likely want to talk about because me as a person who done all these fights as a healer, um, DPS have nothing for like there's nothing for DPS. It's more like them just pressing buttons on their rotation during the mechanic while moving around while staring at the hotbar and crashing into somebody else's knee seal or something like that. And tank is just mitigating correctly, mitigate on time. I know some parts are hard for tank, but you have mitigation. You have your healers that will most likely will give you their mitigation, and the team's supposed to give you mitigation as well, like Faint, Addle, and a Shield Samba Tactician Troubadour, right? That's Mantle. So now you know that what your team got, you most likely had to put in action, including when it comes down to heaven hidden raid wide tank busters, mechanic, multi hitting mechanic, right? You want to make sure you as a healer is ready for that. Include when um, some players might accuse you of not healing, but the thing is, it's not all about the healing. Sometimes you gotta look beyond what is not there for you. For example, if you're doing a multi-stack hitting mechanic, also known as Akmorn, um, Raw Flames, Giga, Flare, right? What else? Splashes. If oh, Tomats. Thomas is also a thing. If you as a player don't have mitigation, you're taking this much damage each time. So instead of taking like maybe 20% of your HP and then you just give out one heal that will close to max everybody's HP, but you got OGC ready, you should be fine. Otherwise, you're spamming heals and you shouldn't really be spamming like that if the myths are good. The myths have to be very, very, very good and on time when it comes down to multi hitting mechanic. It's not fun to see healers sitting there burning resources, and when somebody dies, they're not gonna be ready for you dying. Include when mana is being affected, right? Resources are gonna be spent on you because you, as a player, as a DPS, are going to literally sit there and refuse to plot bloodbath and or second wind. So to save some time and save yourself, you have to learn how to mitigate better than that. Otherwise, you as a player is going to kill a tank, kill a party, or somebody. It could be one or two, right? Because let me tell you, certain classes could take certain amount of hits until they just straight up just have, you know, until they get that digit zero, hit that digit zero, right? Because some classes HP is very fragile and they can't defend themselves, including on a downtime hidden raid wide. Like for example, Part 3 transition. You got Bahamut transition. That's also multi hitting, right? But nail also could count because you basically need some HP. You don't want to like drop. You don't want to drop dead, right? So when it comes down to having like you know HP mitigation for a downtime mechanic, you as a person know that there's some limited mitigation that's out there for you. So we want to make sure that everybody is well prepared to take any type of transition hit without having a problem mitigating on time, right? So that's close to about it. Really, it's more dependent on the other players if they think that they want to like do it better. By do it better, I mean like if they want to like clear the fight because there's some players who is apparently have a kink of keeping people back from seeing a certain mechanic, right? It's not really good, which is why party finals will be like this for a while. So in a sense, that's about it for the manual for Party Finder because it's all about building up courage, take responsibility, know what your team has in their arsenal, right? Know exactly what everybody's doing. Make sure your eyes and ears is open, and always study when you see something new, and not fall behind because skip prog is not going to help you, include when you're the one that's going to hold the team back. So you want to look up POVs, you want to ask questions, you want to make sure that you use the available tools and resources that is available to you on phone, on a PS4, PS5, YouTube screen, right, or a PC, or you can ask your friends who have cleared the fight already, right, to see if they can help you or help make them explain the mechanic better to you. Otherwise, you're just gonna sit there and be a burden. And you don't want to be a burden to nobody because then you're gonna end up on the other B word that is not a burden but a blacklist. So to prevent something like that happen, study up. Otherwise, you're just gonna straight up be on everybody's blacklist, and you don't want to be on nobody's blacklist because let me tell you, they're not gonna take you off until Dontrell. Probably not. So that's about it for the Polyfinder manual. I want to talk about the healer manual next because the healer manual, I ain't gonna lie, you most likely will need this manual, including when you play healer one day, right? Because there's the thing is, there's always fake healers out there. There's a lot of fake healers that don't know how to heal, people who think that they could just straight up just DPS without healing, without throwing out an OGC at least, right? Not mitigating or throwing down a healing tool on time. By healing tool, I mean Asylum, Fairy abilities, Fade Blessing, including when you could use um, Vices too, which is like a healing tool because it increases healing while having regen, right? Krakus is also interesting, but you want to make sure you utilize everything that you have in your arsenal and not leave anything behind or off your hotbar. You as a healer need everything, no matter how ridiculous or how dumb you have your hotbar is, how you have your hotbar, because you have those certain abilities, anything is useless. You need to have it on no matter what it is. Don't think that you don't need it. You're gonna need it because let me tell you, there's a lot of players out there who just unwilling to press those type of buttons, including when they gonna need them the most. All right, so let me go ahead and start with this little manual about healing. So, you're coming into this game, they're not gonna teach you how to heal. That's the one thing I think you guys need to get down on. They're not gonna teach you how to heal. They're not, right? So, you got a party list. You're gonna use that, right, to heal players. You as a healer are gonna use the party list to see who is low and who is healthy, right? Without the party list, you most likely will see players just straight up drop dead. So to prevent that, you have to use your party list, right? You as a player healer, your job is to make sure that nobody kicks a damn bucket, right? You have minimal mitigation. That means that you only got either 1 to 2 mitigation and for the team, and then you got solo mitigation, at least about 2 or 3 solo mitigation, which is fine because to be honest, pure healers are basically just helpers in a sense. Basically, they just help people stay alive for a little bit longer, right? To make sure nobody kicks the bucket. You can do DPS. You're the most easiest classes that can actually do DPS, right? Because you don't have to worry about pre-pulling, pre-pot. Well, not pre-pot. Every healer has a pre-pot, but pre-pulling, like or like before the cast bar ends, you just have to straight up just do a shield. That's a shield healer job, right? To make sure that they mitigate before the raid wide, not after. Otherwise, you straight up die. Pure healers have to heal after the damage, right? Otherwise, the team might just straight up just die from lack of HP, which is what will most likely happen if you don't throw out something as a pure healer. Which, as a white mage, you have to make sure that you utilize your lilies a lot more by using Solace or Rapture, right? Rapture is the AoE, Solace is a solo heal, right? You also got strong tools that will help you increase everybody's healing output, which is most likely going to be the asylum. Of course, temperance is good for like mitigation 10%, but it also increases your healing by 20. So it should be good enough. But do not mix these two at all. Please don't. Don't mix these two at all together. Unless it's really, 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 really bad. You never want to mix them two together, right? And of course, you always got your reward button. Whenever you use 3 lilies, you get 1,240 potency worth of damage, which is great because you know white mage don't have what Astra has, which is none but OGCD healing, AOE, non AOE, which is solo single target, right? And of course, you know since white mage have a high healing potency, it should be easier for them to max out everybody's HP just by using primary indulgence, which is this button right here, and using any type of AoE heals that will basically proc confession, right? And then you got size for doing damage and healing as well and getting you back in mana whenever you're in mana of trouble. And of course, your 2 minutes is going to be present of mind. Of course, you want to make sure you utilize this in your 2 minutes as well. Okay, that's enough for white mage. But the thing is, Astro is clunky right now, and I know they're gonna change Astro again. So, by all means, Astro is probably going to be one of the classes that's going to get changed, which I'm not gonna talk mostly a lot about, including when they get changed almost every single expansion, which is kind of annoying, right? The card system is going to be almost the same thing in Astro. I know that for sure. But the thing is, the card system is not going to be as the same as how it is in not Stormblood, but Shadowbringers and Walker come around now, right? So Dawntrail, the card system might change, right? The effects of it, and then you got your obviously your good healing, which is horoscope. star, collective unconsciousness, and celestial opposition, which is going to be your good healing. Celestial intersection, it's your solo healing shield, which is nice and all. Insultation is a really good 10% mitigation, but the thing is, you're gonna be you can't use that until like you're level 86 ish. So yeah, you're going to be good. Uh, the one raid buff they're not gonna remove, right, is divination. I know they're not gonna remove divination. Divination is basically one of the raid buffs for or astro, so I know they're not gonna remove that. They're gonna keep that, but I'm not sure about astrodyne, right? I'm not sure they're gonna keep astrodyne at all, right? So it comes out of the card system right now. As of right now, is only a single target um, card, but I'm not sure if they're going to change it to like an AOE 1% buff to everybody, right? Because if they do, I mean, like that's gonna make white mage obsolete, right? But the thing is, the thing is, every card is gonna be different, so that means it might have a different effect. So there might be one for haste, one for increased magic damage, one for increased physical damage, and only everybody will get that, yes, but it's gonna be bad, right? So yeah, that's not gonna be great. That means all attacks gonna be increased fast. That means that magical damage is gonna be increased, or physical damage is gonna be increased by probably a little bit lower than 3%, probably like one or two. But if not one or two, then I'm not sure what they're gonna really do. So hopefully they don't change after that much. But again, they do have interesting healing potentials. But you have to put them to work, otherwise it's not gonna really work for them, or not for them, for you, right? But obviously for the players who play Astro, that you know that is not gonna play good, of course for them. So now let's talk about shield healers. So now you know everything about your peer healers, right? You got your shield healers now. So your shield healer, most likely the one who came out just as a suspension, which is super easy to play, it's Sage, right? Sage is really good for almost every single fight in Ultimates, which most likely you want to play, right? But the thing is, you as a shield healer has one job, which is mitigate before the Ray White hits, right? Because you want to make sure that nobody kicks a bucket on one hit, right? For example, certain mechanics that basically will one shot you if you don't have mitigation. Like if you miss a mitigation from if you miss a mitigation during a transition as a shield healer, you most likely will wipe the party in one hit, right? Or somebody will die in one hit. It doesn't matter how full they are. It doesn't matter if the white mage is spamming heals on a downtime, which won't do anything because they can't gain any mitigation or anything like that, right? They will just straight up get one shot like an enrage. So basically, if you want people not to die from like an enraged number, right, which basically is over drafting your health, right? Say for example, right now I got 50,000 HP. The rate I'm going to be taking is going to basically double that. To prevent that from happening, I'm going to need some mitigation during that downtime, like tank mitigation, like Dark Missionary, Patch Your Arms, Divine Veil, Shake It Off, Heart of Light, right? And I'm going to need shields like Zoe Shield or Spread Low, which is just going to be recitation, allo, deployment tactics on yourself, on the person that you target, right? And that's going to basically drop those few percentages, those few integers from that number, and basically turn it into a different one that won't end up killing me or kill my HP completely, making me go down to zero, right? Forcing the other players to adjust around me. By adjust around me, I mean res me and basically mess up their mana and the damage at the same time, which you don't want to mess up on as well. And the rotation, which is healers do have a rotation ish, but making a white mage lose all their lilies is absolutely miserable. Including when they need to heal the party on the move and they have to move to the spot, is not going to help. Including when during a a heal check, which is like J waves, right? If you don't want a white mage dying there. You don't want no healer dying there anyway, because they not only they come up with low mana, but they're gonna come up with a weakness, and they're not gonna able to heal you efficiently, how they would normally heal you without the weakness, right? So now, Since Sage is an interesting class that you most likely want to play where you comes down to level 80 or 90 or 70, right? Whichever level it is, right? Of ultimate that you want to be doing. You want to make sure that you as your own person knows how to basically utilize your kit better. Like for example, you got Toxions, but they're good for padding mostly. They're not really good for damage like that. And then you got Plegma, which is good for everything like damage increase and padding as well because it hits multi target based on who is around it. And then that's where you got the Acrasia, but it's barely a gain on two on anything unless you're at level 70. So yeah, it's basically weird, but you have to start utilizing what you have because that's the only damage bonus you're gonna get, right? But the thing is, I'm not talking about the damage button now no more. I'm talking about the interesting part where Sage come in. So Sage mitigation is always static. You always pop this here, you always pop that here, right? There's a reason why for it. Your shield as a Sage is weak. Is not as strong as Scholar. Scholar healing potency of Sucker is about 300 potency. Sage is about 100. So it's not really going to be that strong. And so that means that your healing output is ass. So to make sure that you as a person who plays Sage get the most out of your healing, you got Physis too. But sometimes you don't get Physis too. That's why you got other healing abilities, which is why you use an Adasol, right? Adasing is basically the Toxion part. But Adasol is the one that you want to make sure that you get the most out of your resources, including when you have Razumar. Is it called Razumov or Rezanov? Razumata. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, Adasol is what you're gonna be using as your healing tool to able to use abilities from Sage. So and you got interesting abilities like Threshold, which is 10% mitigation to a single target, but it doesn't cap. It doesn't transfer. Like for example, it doesn't stack with Caracol. So don't think that you're gonna be doing that, right? Because that's a waste of Adasol. But if you want to use it for the healing, and then you want to put the regen on, I mean, like by all means, whip it out. You're gonna get 600, about 600 mana back, 700 mana back. I was close. But the thing is, Sage barely have a flaw besides the fact that they don't have a raid buff. But the thing is, crit rate buff is a cope thing. Unless you're a samurai, warrior, monk, dragoon, machinist, we ain't don't care about your damn crit increase. So which is why scholar is just weird to have in certain fights, in certain situations. So your big cooldowns that you have as Sage, it's most likely going to be a Penheimer. But the thing is, Penheimer is not as strong as Holos. Holos give you a healing, shield, and a 10% mitigation for that 20 seconds. Right? Penheimer is just basically a shield heal reapply. Same thing as Heimer, which is a solo version of it. Caracol is most likely gonna be your 10% to everybody around you in the 30 yawns, which by the way you can't fucking miss unless they're across the map and you're in Japan and they're in Asia. So you don't want to be that far. So yeah. Not even Asia. Antarctica. There you go. So yeah, you don't want to be that far from the Sage if you don't want to miss that 10% mitigation. Very important, right? Of course, you got a gap close, but you don't want to use that most of the damn time because it's like you only use that where you feel like you don't want to move. That's a black mage thing. You got Seraria, but it's only increasing your cardia, healing potency, right? It just basically increases it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about anything about that. So yeah, Krakus, which is just increase your healing potential, but it doesn't really matter about that either. But it's still good to have it. It's still good to have on your hotbar, even though you're probably barely gonna use it. And please and love of Jesus, do not use this unless you really want to die. All right, don't use this. Don't use this in healing checks. You will most likely die, and you will hit the floor. I say only use this on a heal check downtime. That's the best one it could do. So yeah, Sage, interesting class. Almost no flaw besides the fact they don't have a ray buff. but still high damage class I will most likely take in almost every single ultimate because or savages because they really get that good, right? And interesting and fun. And of course everybody likes lasers. But now you got the most complicated class that most likely a lot of players not gonna play. You're gonna see nothing but Sage mains because Sage is super easy to play. All you gotta do is press doses, your Krasia, the Krasia doses for dot, and then that's when you just straight up just like go off Queen with your Plekmas. The thing is, Scholar, right? Scholar is basically the one and the most problematic shield ever, right? Scholar is one of those classes that you could barely explain, but the thing is, it's based on a fight, which a lot of players don't understand because they think that Scholar has the same mitigation as Sage, which is untrue, right? Because the thing about Scholar is that your your Aether flows is what makes Scholar good. Without it, Scholar can't use none of this crap. Scholar does have the best shield, which is exactly why I said earlier that when it comes down to the sucker cure potency to your Krasia cure potency, Scholar shields are higher for a good reason, right? Including when it comes down to heal check, Scholar is really good at that. But the thing is, it's still tricky because if you're missing, like, for example, Fey Illumination is really good at healing increase and 5% not mana, magic damage reduction, which is interesting and good. But without that, I'm not sure you're able going to live. Include when you might be in trouble if you use too much of your Aether flows, which is what you as a scholar have to know how to, not press that energy drain. So, Fey Blessing is not. Well, the thing is, the fairy abilities is really bad, which I'm gonna have to be honest about. The fairy abilities are really bad. They're okay. The only okay one is Fey Illumination, but the fairy abilities are really bad. They're not really as very strong as Sage is, which would make Scholar more interesting and tempting to play at certain times. It clear when eating a fairy will most likely result you of getting a 20% healing potency increase for 30 seconds, but you're not allowed to use any Fey abilities that includes Seraph, Consolation, Fey Illumination, Fey Blessing, and Whispering Dawn, including the one and only Healing Auto, Embrace, which is weirdly enough 100 potency in my heart, and Fey Union. I mean, not Fey Union, Fey Aether Pack. I meant Aether Pack, not Fey Union, right? So to not have that problem, right? You want to make sure that you get red dissipation during a 2 minute damage window, which is what is good for anyway, right? You don't want to be using dissipation during a healing check because it's bad, including when your Fey healing abilities will make sure that you won't fall behind, including when the tanks are dying, right? And you won't be healing that much because your pet does most of the healing for you, including in level 90 ultimate, which is kind of crazy, right? Or level 70. But the thing is though, like it's still weird to have a pet around. It's not really that good, right? Because their healing is not that great. Like literally, I could show you the potency of Embrace. It's not that high, but it's still okay-ish. See, 180 potency, it's still 100. It's still not good, right? But the thing is, Scholar is just one of those classes that relies you to have a pet to able to even beat a healing check correctly, right? Without it, you might be screwed because most of your cooldowns and all your abilities is more than 30 seconds, right? The only thing that's not more than 30 seconds, right? Which, by the way, the only thing that's not more than 30 seconds is your lustrate, your energy drain, right? And that's about it. And of course, emergency attack is not more than 30 seconds, but you're a shield healer. You won't be using this at all unless you're really scared. Include when the pure heal is supposed to get the heals. You shouldn't be using this. This is bad. This is terrible. You don't want this. Right? So yeah, everything on your hot bar is more than 30 seconds. Is or more than 30 seconds. So you want to bear in mind what you've been popping or what you're gonna be using. Because all this is on a long cooldown. They're not gonna come off on time. They're not gonna come off how you want it to come off. So you as a scholar have to pre-pull, pre-hand, get your mitigations and heal shields out there before the big raid wide hits come out. Right? The only reason why Scholar is still a class is because a change stratagem. If they would have buffed this buff, this would have made this class equal to Sage. But the thing is, the fairy abilities is still not strong enough to able to match how a Scholar and Sage is for currently right now in Endwalker, which is exactly why you want to probably play more Sage than Scholar because this class is most likely for the big brain players that just most likely fucking hate themselves. But the thing is, um, if you think that you up for a challenge, if you and you fucking hate yourself, right? And you think that you could play Scholar, by all means go right for it. But bear in mind, your team might be dying if you don't know how to mitigate or heal, include when it's most likely dire in certain situations. Like for example, during mines, they're going the tank gonna need shields, and they're going to need a heal from you, which is why you want to most likely have a crit shield, which is going to be recitation aloe, right? You're barely going to use deployment tactics because it's kind of useless at that level. Include when it's going to be 120 seconds as well. Good luck using this damn ability. It's not going to come off cooldown as you wanted it to, right? And then you got Xcog, which is really good healing potency. But the thing is, though, like, it's still tight on the cooldown because remember, it's more than 30 seconds. So when playing Scholar, you don't want to screw up on any myths or any heals at all. Otherwise, you're gonna see a result of people dying, and then you're gonna force the other healer to heal or have to adjust for you because of the fact that you screw up somewhere and everybody is gonna be dying. So that's about all with these classes. But when it comes down to the different type of fights, there's always different type of situation, including when you get more, including when we get like more abilities, right? Scholar is might be one of the class that will probably be very behind on both damage and heals out of all the healing classes. So we as a scholar want to make sure that we are on top of our game when it comes down to these savages and ultimates. If you don't want your team to end up sitting on 5% HP because you miss, you know, a heal, a shield, a 10% sacred soil, fey illumination, or seraph, which you don't want your team to start dying, right? Now, every single fight situation, like I said, is different. You want to make sure that you know as a healer what your co-healer has. Otherwise, your team might be dying, and you're gonna have to redo everything from the start and talk to your team. And make sure you talk to your physical range about mitigation. Otherwise, they're just not doing anything. Including when it comes down to level 90 ultimates, and of course we're gonna be level 100 in like the next month and a half. We want to make sure that we all know how to mitigate. Otherwise, we're not going to pass certain mechanics that requires mitigation. So yeah, that's about it about these manuals. I think that's about Most likely it. So yeah, done with the manuals. Cause that's the most important thing about coming in here with at least a little knowledge about healing and mitigation and ultimates when it comes out to playing all these types of healers, you're gonna get the key down. It's just about knowing what you're gonna be doing next. Because there's always a situation that somebody could do something, but somebody else could have done better. So yeah, that's the story of my lifetime where I play healer and how I understand it. But others might find something new, find something different, which is why I won't stop you from doing that. But still good to learn like what these classes do because when level 100 comes around, it's not gonna be good. I do wish all Fey I do wish all Fey abilities have the same range as how Fey Illumination is, right? Because Fey Illumination is a 30 yom. That's true. 30 yom is good, but the thing is, Whispering Dawn, Fey Blessing is not 30 yoms, including when including when players expect these healers yalms of healing to be buffed, including like the range of the mitigations as well. But the thing is, they didn't buff Whisper and Dawn. They didn't buff Fey Blessing range at all. They didn't. I wish they did, but they didn't. So these abilities are obviously not going to be good coming around. So it sucks, but that's the way how it is. See, and then Fey Illumination, but sadly, Whisper and Dawn does not reach from over there at all. It's bad, and they need to make sure that in the future they make Scholar a little bit more better than Sage. Otherwise, this class is just gonna be close to unplayable on level 100. See, that doesn't reach me at all. Neither this reach me. But horoscope reaches. Collective unconsciousness have a burst, 30 yawn burst for healing, right? And of course, Microcosmos, I think it's close to like a 30 at least, I think. But their star was big as fuck at the beginning of Endwalker anyway, right? But yeah, yep. And then on top of that, your almost all your Aetherflow abilities is either 30 or more. The only thing that's not 30 or more is Lustre and Angie Drain, right? Which is what is spammable whenever you're in trouble or if you want to do more damage. But the thing is, it's bad. And I think personally, I think they should make Energy Drain like a damage increase for Scholar, but they're not gonna do that. Otherwise, it's just they make it too interesting or too broken, which is bad for me. Which I think they should make Energy Drain like at least something interesting than just 100 potency that you just press and hope that you do more damage or crit. But but all these abilities are literally 30 or more seconds recast, and I don't like it. Don't like it, which is why I like Sage more. All right, well, that's enough for the manual. That's enough for everything. That's enough for the talk. Um, so the changes for Endwalker. is most likely will be the update where the graphics are going to be better, right? This is where we as a player will understand what changed or what have not changed, depending on if they actually did it or not, and they actually did a great job or not, right? Of course, they're slowly trying to make sure the lighting is better, right? The lighting will be better. You will also have a option to able to make this game higher resolution or low resolution, basically either currently or in 7.0 graphics. You don't want to put your resolution that damn high and break a damn game. You don't want that to happen, right? Including when you run it on a Lenovo. Some people run on Lenovo, Dell, right? You don't want those computers to be breaking. Yeah, Dawn Trail is going to be next month, which I'm going to be looking forward to it. But the thing is, the next few weeks is going to be, and it's going to be July 2nd is the release. Yeah, so I want to most likely get that down, but they haven't fixed the payment part of it, right? Which is the one thing it happens. So yeah, get the early access now before it's too late. Me, I'm not gonna get the early access. I don't think everybody is gonna flood this game. This game gonna get flooded. By the way, I already can see it. Yeah, and May 16th is gonna be the job action trailer. Is what they're gonna showcase, right? But I'm gonna let you guys know as of right now. They already showed too much of Take the Mancer, in my opinion, and of course you could shoot a Moogle. So I'm guessing that you could. I guess the LB is gonna be you shooting King Mog or painting King Mog or painting something that basically will be known for everybody to know as, right? Not known to everybody knows, but everybody who knows, right? Who should know this person because that's what they're doing. So the Dragon rework, yeah, I care about most of the heals as well because like their class has never been changing since like Stormblood, since Heaven's War. I don't think I think they were different in Heaven's War. They were different in Stormblood as well. They have um cleric stance and non-cleric stance. So yeah, it's that. Um, but one thing I do know what they're gonna do, right? You want to see a shark? I mean, by all means, they could make a shark. So let's see. Um, the one problem, right, with the healers, I already know that's gonna happen, right? Is that there's going to be a healing potency change because certain classes are underperforming. So the classes I'm thinking is underperforming right now, right? No. Let me get away from that music so you can probably hear me better. No, they're not going to bring back Nocturnal Sect or Diurnal Sect. They're not bringing back none of those because we already got two pure healers. We already got two sheer healers. They're not bringing back that. They can't. They said they're not going to. Well, they not. They didn't say they're not going to, but we already know that due to the fact that we already got two pure healers, two sheer healers, they're not going to bring back those sects no more. Those sects are gone, right? Because the thing is, an Astra and a White Mage is too broken together anyway. Yeah. White Mage and Astra is too broken for this anyway. You don't want no White Mage getting carded over a Dancer because they do too much DPS. Like look at White Mage now in T. White Mage in T is just straight up just you just do more damage than the tanks because you got cleave up the ass. like a size and like 16 casts of Blood Lily, and they just hitting double targets every time. So yeah, we don't want that. We don't want Astros being like that and just straight up just card the white mage over a dancer. We don't want that because the moment that happens is we're not prioritizing, you know, what the game is initially supposed to be about, which is healers supposed to be healers that's supposed to support, give out buffs, healing buffs, heals, you know, a little bit of damage, but have mana control and control to the team life and fate. So that's what healer all about. It's not all about no damn DPS. Because the moment that a white mage do more than a dancer, that's a problem. Because there's already a problem with that since the start of Endwalker when the raid tier came out for Alpha Delos for Pandemonium, when the Dark Knight does more damage than a Dancer, which is problematic because Dancer is a red symbol DPS. It's not is a support, yes, but the thing is, the only thing that they've been used for is their raid buff. But the thing is, Prod does it better. So sadly, most of the Dancer players during the Alpha Delos start of a raid tier get kicked out of parties nowadays during that time. Not nowadays, during that time. And they weren't that strong until they buffed them, and now they do more damage than Dark Knight. Because Dark Knight damage was stupid in Endwalker. Yeah, so it's exactly why it's bad. Because let me tell you a little something about Astro, right? Astro, if you got like a Reaper, you don't want to card them in the opener. There's a reason why for it, right? Dark Knight does more damage. Red Mage, the thing about Red Mage, and I'm glad you said that, Red Mage is struggling. I think you guys don't understand this, but I think you're gonna have to understand this now. Red Mage is one of the clue classes that you just use for resing. But the thing is, they do no damage. I don't know why they just don't shine some light on Red Mage players, but I'm starting to think that they're actually gonna try their absolute best to fix Red Mage with Pit Master comes out at the same time. Them buffing the class is not gonna work, right? That red mage needs a major buff to able to match up with the other mages because red mage already struggle with damage and it already struggled with raid buff during those dark times in storm not stormblood shadowbringers because during shadowbringers, right? The buff works on you, but the thing is, the physical damage buff does not work on White Mage, Scholar during that time with Astro because Sage was not there, right? It doesn't work on Black Mage. It does if you have a Black Mage in your party, but it only works on tanks and melees. But if you don't have another melee, right, your damage goes lower. But Red Mage needs help. I think they need to make sure that you're able to do both Verholy, Verflare. That's what they need to do. They need to mix both of them, right? If you're able to do damage with Verholy, Verflare, and then go to Scorch, Resolution, and in the final attack, that would be great. Because the thing about Red Mage right now is that they struggling way too much on DPS, and they got no way to like keep up with any other classes in the game, and they're already behind. They're supposed to be a mage, because mage is supposed to be do a high damage potency after each cast, and the reason why they're super low is because of the fact that dual cast is interesting and really good, and they can do damage on the move compared to like Black Mage who already struggle on doing that, right? And Summoner right now is like niche because they already have physical range, right? But they can't. They could barely cast like Slipstream and Ruby right. But the thing is, Red Mage already struggle on keeping damage more. Yes, and Machine does more damage to Red Mage, which is also a problem because Red Mage is supposed to be more damage than the physical range. Because physical range is only a support class. because they always got something. Like for example, the damage taken decrease by 10%, right? Or another one, and or healing increase, heals, shields, right? And raid buffs, of course. And other utilities that makes them unique. Otherwise, otherwise, Red Mage is gonna be struggling for the rest of this game. And they shine no light on the class. The class is already struggling enough to the fact that they couldn't even do that much damage in the first place, which is what makes them special in like maybe like level 70s because Black Mage is bad level 70 ultimates. But we're kind of to like level 80 to more. It's like Red Mage is just flops because they only good at cleaving. They're not really good at keeping up with solo damage by themselves because they always struggle on keeping up with DPS, including when it matters the most, right? So I do understand why people still play them is because of Magic Barrier. But the thing is, Magic Barrier is only like a 90. It's not even a 90-second thing. It's more like 180. So it's like it's not really worth to play Red Mage at all sometimes because like Black Mage does more damage. The only reason why you play Red Mage is because you have the res, right? You res players, you keep going. If something bad happens, you keep going. If your if your healers run out of mana and out of options, you res people and you keep going. That's the thing. That's the only good thing about Red Mage, and it's not gonna change, including when it matters the most. So yeah, a lot of things like that's gonna happen a lot, including when and it comes down to like player popularity classes. Red Mage is always going to be the bottom in rating, but they're really cool and like other content because of the fact that they are special, unique, and very fun and very interesting to look at. But the thing is, Machinist. Now the thing about Machinist is that maybe Red Mage may not be good, but the thing is, Machinist and Red Mage is a balance between both, right? Machinist is a balance between both. The reason why Machinists used to outperform Red Mage is because of the fact that Queen got nerfed. Queen got nerfed during Alpha Delos, or or well after um, the team started being P4S, right? Which is basically week 20, 10, 20, 15 maybe. In between those weeks, they nerfed Machinist. Machinist got nerfed. Because the reason why for it is because people were queen spamming at 50 gauge. And they kept spamming until they finally get the amount of damage. Queen was very, very, very strong. Including when you exceed the battery gauge, Queen will literally be up there punching the boss for 30 seconds. Like they will come in 30 seconds and will keep punching the boss. They will start punching at maybe like 24 seconds, right? And it just keep punching and it keep punching and it keep punching until they get to like that 1 second left. They'll punch, they would do pile bunker, and then they will do queen's break, right? Or crown break or whatever it's called, right? Which is the final attack that you get at level 86. Um, Queen was way too strong during those times because when you call Queen down at 50, literally Queen timer starts at 7, I think 15 or 17, and they start punching instantly, right? Because the problem with Queen is that they will spam, and that's how they do more damage than Red Mage, including when you gain buffs like Mug, right? Because Mug is really good on Machinist because it actually affects the target aura, which will most likely affect Summoner. It will affect Dark Knight. It will also affect um queen pet pet attacks. I'm talking about pet attacks, right? And star, obviously star. Star is gonna obviously be affected by that as well, because that target that you're attacking, which is the boss, takes 10% more damage, which is that's mug, right? Well, back in the days it was trick attack, but mug, right? That target takes more damage during that time, which is exactly why, um, they have nerf queen because when you have machines and ninjas together with Dark Knight, the bosses end up not breathing afterwards because the pet does a lot of damage, beating the shit out of both of them classes. Yep, including when the damage is already, you know, sufficient enough. What else? And that's about it about machinists and the mug pet damage because during those times, man, Queen was very strong and they used to spam it. But now they want people to like be self sufficient about Queen, right? Which is why you want to like exceed the battery sometimes so you can actually fit enough Queen to do damage and hope that you crit. Because there's also crit variants. What else? I think that's about it. Yeah. They want the machines players to actually do damage and not rely on Queen that much. Cause man, that's a lot of Queen spam. You want to see P2S um, Queen spam. You could look up a P2S parse for machinists. You would see a bunch of machines players spam that shit at 50 about like a good 10, 15, 13 times during that fight, which is bad because that's you just relying on a pad to do more damage than you. So, yeah, and that does happen a lot too, where the pad does more damage than the player. That's why they had to nerf it. Um, but yeah, Pictomancer. The thing about Pictomancer is that they probably not going to be a spell speed class. I don't think they have dots. I have to look at um I have to look at the job reveal to see to take my final take on Pictomancer because so far what they're showing is that it's not really going to be a spell speed class like Black Mage ish. Is and somewhat similar because they use a little bit of it, but Pictomancer is a crit direct hit class. Most likely a crit direct hit class besides Red Mage, which is just mostly crit direct hit determination. I already see that already because the fact that um, the cast, the cast where they were showing that class is not going to be. It's not going to be different melts. It's more like it's going to be the same melts, which is kind of good that they actually doing it like that. But that's the way how it is. Um, Viper. The thing is, we never have a class that uses skill speed besides a little bit of bard, a tiny inch of dancer, and none for machinists. So we don't have that much scouters, to be honest. Which is why we're gonna get another melee because there's too many Reaper players. Now it's gonna be too many Viper players, which is fine, right? It's gonna be fine. That means everybody else could get to play the interesting class. That means that we get another melee, another mage. That's nice, and of course a Beastmaster. Which, by the way, Beastmaster is most likely going to be you collecting monsters. So you're gonna be collecting monsters starting at um, the level 1 areas. which is where the monster's at. You probably won't get the abilities though. But let's see. Let's see what they're gonna do. But so far, Pentamancer is not a spell speed class. Most definitely not have been confirmed yet. But once the job attacks come out, right, and the new effects, most definitely a spell speed class, not a spell speed class. Mm-mm. Anyways, I think that's enough for today. That's enough for today. Um, I'm gonna see y'all lovely people tomorrow, where I get more time and everything, right? So y'all have fun. Y'all have a good night. I will see y'all later. Peace out. Love you all. Keep supporting me if you can. Love you all. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good life.